Hey, it's day 43. Oh man, today's going to be a short one. I think I've got a little bug, but I'm here anyway because it's what I do. It's the sunrise and just coming out and um, getting some fresh air, and it already is making me feel a little bit better. But I will tell you what's not making me feel better is what I read this morning in Judges. I'm like, whoa, what do you even make of this? This is one day where I kind of broke my own rule and I went to look at what other people have said and commentators. It's the book of Judges, chapters 19 and 20. And the title was like the Levite and his concubine. And it goes on to tell this, like, it's a horror story, honestly. It's a horror story. And I titled today's lesson In Pieces for me, because literally, like, these people's lives were in pieces. They were shattered. And you could tell just the evidence of it. A Levite took a concubine for, I guess that was a form of a wife. She was unfaithful to him. She leaves. He eventually goes after her. Her father implores him, through being such a great hostess and keeping him for days at their house as he goes to retrieve her and be kind to her and plead for her to come back. He overstays, goes against his own good judgment with the hospitality of the father. They set out on the road too late in the day. He knew, against his better judgment, he knew there was going to be trouble. But he, had good intentions but didn't follow his good sense of their safety. And they ended up in a town that was not welcoming to them. But luckily, somebody who saw them and their plight said, "Oh, you should come stay with me. Don't stay in this town." But it was already too late. Other townspeople who did not have good intentions learned and saw what was happening, and they kind of came to this person's house, demanded the Levite come out, so they could do all kinds of not good things to him. And instead, the Levite throws his concubine out and says, "Here, have your way with her." And they do. They abuse her and ravage her all night long to the point that she dies. The Levite says, "This is such an awful thing. It's time for our people to wake up. We can't allow this to happen anymore." And he cuts her into pieces and sends her out to the 12 tribes, one piece each, to let them know, this can't go on anymore. This lawlessness and chaos can't go on anymore. We're not safe. Nobody's safe. And the tribes then unite and go fight, and they don't have great success at first. They have to really go to the Lord again. So this is what happens. You lose your guiding principles. You do what seems right to each in his own eyes, and then your life gets ripped apart. And that was sort of what I personally took from it was, and even being somebody who a lot of the work that I've done personally the last couple of years as an Enneagram 9 is to work on boundaries, because I had sort of lost to myself literally and felt divided and in pieces going over here, or even wearing masks, being one person over here. Who do you need me to be in Bible study? Okay, I'll be that. Who do you need me to be at the school? And like a parent that has it together. Okay, I'll be that. Who do you need me to be? And feeling so divided and not singular, even though I really was going to the Lord and doing my best to pray, but I was lost in my own bad habits and I had no good sense about me. So I was feeling literally torn into pieces and divided. So that was part of it. Now, this is where the Bible gets really personal. And you can pull out of it and what can happen when you try to, when you're not living according to what you know to be true, and you're allowing your daily sins, your daily life, the desires of others, what feels good on the human plane of things, and not living for a higher purpose and moral compass, where we can get so off track and chaos just takes over everyone. And then nobody knows up from down, right from wrong. And there's no safety. There's no safe place. And you feel divided. But I know a safe place. And I know where I can always go, even when the world seems chaotic. And on days when I feel divided now, I know it's a sign. Like, well, we're off track here. We've got to get back to our guiding principles. We're out of alignment. So that is my share and my takeaway for the day. It'll be interesting to see. Like, I'm like, whew, this stuff is no joke in the Old Testament. It's like, what are you supposed to make of this? So I invite you to also read, as horrific as it is, and see what it speaks to you. I'd love to know. I'd love additional insight. Like this one, I really am trying to unpack and understand what, but I think, that's also, again, where it gets really personal, and God gives you what you need when you interact with his word. That's what makes it living and dynamic. So you can see, we're not going to see the sun this morning. It's a cloudy morning here, but that's okay. The sun is still doing its job in lighting the world and warming us. Have a great Saturday, my friends. Today, it's going to be a rest and recovery day for me. Bye.